Hello everybody and welcome back to Victoria, where we currently have this national militia here. Now, their radicalism is not super high right now. Their support is mostly high because they have, and actually it just went down when I unpaused the game there a bit, but their support is high primarily because of the agitators. That's a big part of that. So for now, that's okay. We're going to hope that that national militia doesn't end up happening. That would be ideal. And of course, we've got about 16 weeks, actually I think like 15 now, on getting these ports finished. That's really good. We're working on all of the ports, but we're also working on coal mines at this moment. So that is magnificent. Communist South Africa war has broken out. And there's the telephone unlocked. I want to immediately begin work on electrics industries. So where do we want to put some of these? Minus 18.8% construction efficiency is probably acceptable, but honestly, Tabriz is, I think, a better location. So I'm going to queue up 51 of these here in Tabriz. And I'm also going to do a second group of 51 of them. Where would we like to have that be? East Angola is fine. Beautiful. So we're going to build 51 of these here. That said, this is definitely going to be delaying completion on some of those ports. Are we okay with that? The answer is yeah. Of course we're okay with that. We want the electrics industries much more. So that's fine. This war's already over. No concerns here. Yeah, this war's super over. Completely and totally over. So nothing to be done there. There's not even really two fronts here. Which ones are the ones that we have mobilized right now? Probably Herbert Kitchener? Yep. And then Bartholomew Leslie? No. Michael Grosvenor? No. I'm not sure who the other one that we have mobilized is. Philip Shepard. Okay, perfect. That'll do. So we will definitely demobilize Philip Shepard as well. That'll cost us a little bit of money here, but it'll tick down. 20k per week is not too bad. We do need a new tech going here. And the question is, what do we go for? Radio? Conveyors. Actually, I like conveyors here. Let's go for conveyors. That'll be fine. No issues there. And I'm not too concerned about our military strength at this moment. I mean, yeah, I'm really not concerned about that. That's for sure. So this war is over. We can just kind of ignore it for the time being. We are building up a fair amount of debt here, but we know that all of these electrics industries are going to be done within 25 weeks. And furthermore, we also know that nearly all... Actually, yeah, we are working on all of the ports still. Beautiful. That's like a maximum of 12 weeks until all of the ports are done. I'm really pleased about that. That's phenomenal. Yes, coal is expensive. Yes, opium is expensive. We're going to do something about the opium. Actually, out of curiosity, why can't we do this? We're already fighting in a war. Okay, how much infamy in this game. How much infamy would it take for us to conquer some of these states? For the state of Fars, it would be 17.3. I don't know how many states they actually have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, hello, pause menu. Yeah, that would be a decent amount of infamy. We'll look at doing that after this war is over. The reason why I want to take over Persia in particular is, let's see here. It might not actually be Persia that I want to take over, looking at this. Okay, there's some opium plantations in Fars. I want opium plantations. That's what we want here. Afghanistan is probably the better bet for that. It actually is. So we might want to just go after Afghanistan then. Yeah, that's a doable thing. We could definitely do that. Or we could go after both. But not, at the same time. We can't do both at the same time. Sadly. I would love to. But that is not currently an option. Now, some of these ports are not actually being built, and I suspect that they're not going to be in some of these cases, particularly this one. But I'm going to let all of our ports finish up, and then we'll give it like a couple of weeks before we decide to cancel some of these. Oil has been discovered in East Anglia. That's great. We're actually very, very pleased about that. We are going to hop in here and build oil rigs where we can, which is East Anglia, as well as the British Trucial Coast. So we'll get all of those built. Wonderful. And we're, of course, still building ports in the background. And we're 15 weeks away from getting those electrics industries. Once we get those, we can hop over to running telephone switchboards for a government administration. That's going to be a whole thing, no doubt about that. And looking in at this, yeah, we still can't get any more research. I mean, we can, but it's not efficient. So that's fine. No problems whatsoever there. These oil rigs are not going to take all that long to construct either. All things considered, we've got 217 weeks in our construction queue here, right? So that's really not bad. I really think that this port is not being built. And it's not going to be. I'm going to cancel this one. And we'll see about some of these others. They may or may not be being built. But we're nearly done with our ports. That's great. I'm very glad about that. We're definitely seeing our deficit drop, and that's huge. Look at this ridiculous convoy surplus. Yeah, that's to be expected. We're up to extreme support for national militia. I really don't want to enact national militia. National militia is really bad. Really bad. We're not going to do it. We're not doing it. It ain't happening. If we have to fight a civil war over it, so be it. But that is not a thing that's going to happen. Now, I do want to attack Afghanistan. So I would like to do Conquer State here. 17.5 infamy for both. Do it. So we're going to do that. And we're also, of course, going to launch... Oh, yeah, that's against Afghanistan. Okay, I was like, hang on, what is that flag? But apparently that's not like a rebel flag or something. That's just the current flag of Afghanistan. That's iconic. Okay, cool. So that's fine. We are, of course, going to add another war goal here of Conquer State. We want to conquer Eastern Afghanistan. Oh, the Sikh Empire is in this as well. Okay, that's fine. So our infamy is currently at 77.2. I think we're strong enough, though, that we could probably just conquer everything here and not care. Puts us at 110. We're probably fine. We're probably fine. So I'm going to raise up these guys and these guys. There we go. No problem whatsoever. Obviously, they're not going to win this, right? That's very clear. Persia is going to embargo us. Austria, French Republic, Russia. Yeah, that's to be expected. Nobody's okay with us doing this. But also, nobody can really do anything about it. Like, we're way too strong. We are way too strong for anybody to do anything about it. Oil has been discovered in Chad, and the U.S. rivaled us. Okay, cool. I wish them luck with that. We're going to build our 2 oil rigs that we can in Chad. Russia has sided with Afghanistan. Okay, cool. We're just going to promote Timothy here and Lawrence. And do we want to take anything from Russia? I think our infamy is high enough. I'm going to send Peter Stopford Sackville over this direction. We're simply going to defend this front. I'm going to send Robert Muir over here as well. And we're just going to look to prevent Russia from actually doing anything. Now, Persia sided with Afghanistan. Now, that's interesting. I would very much like to do something about that. They're confident. That's cute. That's not going to go well for them, though. Macron as well? Okay. Yeah, this is just little guys out in these areas. I would like to take territory from them, but we really can't afford the infamy. We need to let our infamy drop. That's all there is to it. The French declared neutrality, which is a big deal here. They don't want to get their butts kicked again, it seems. Fair enough. So we're going to be defending on this front. I don't really want to push into Russia at this time. And we can take everything here. This isn't... Everybody that's declared thus far is not actually a problem. Scandinavia isn't an issue here either. So, I mean, Russia's definitely mobilizing heavily. We should send Michael Grosvenor over to defend on this front. I'm going to send Alexander McBain over as well. I'm going to resist raising conscripts here if I feel like it's at all possible. We're going to send all of our professional troops, of which we have a great many, over here. And, of course, we can also think about retiring people like Louis McRae and Jacob Titmus, who don't currently have any troops under them. Okay, so all of these guys can be retired. Then we would go into our military and we would look at recruiting generals, because we have plenty of locations with additional units. We can recruit, say, this guy here. So John French would get mobilized on up. And he'll also get himself some extra units here. He should have gotten a lot more than 22. That's interesting. We're going to send him out over... I think we'll also send him to defend the Russian front over here. That'll be fine. And we can just keep doing this, right? We have a lot of additional locations to attack. I'm a little surprised he only got 22 units sent. Yeah, that was in the Zanj HQ. I would have expected him to get more. Okay. Well, we can definitely grab another general from the Congo HQ. And we can promote him on up. Maybe it's because he was pre-mobilized. Well, he got to 40, 60, 80, 100. Okay. So I don't really have an explanation for this. I'm going to send this guy out over to here. We're going to want to crush these guys pretty quickly, right? So we know that there's a lot of Russian units going to pop up over here. This is fine. I'm really not concerned about this. Okay, I noticed some ports popping in over here. Yeah, all of these ports have not been being worked on. So I'm going to cancel those, and now I want to go in and check through what ports remain. Okay, so it's just something like this. Let's get these ports done and out of the way. And hopefully these will actually build, but we'll see. So we're going to need to, of course, get this all ready to go. Once we actually all arrive here, we should have solid advantages on every front, with the possible exception of this front here. So what I'm going to do for that is I'm going to recruit us up another general, this time from the Senegal HQ, and promote this guy on up. There we go, and mobilize him, and he's going to come out over here to advance the Persia HQ front. Beautiful. So once our forces actually arrive over here, this should be fine. We should have no real problem here. Everybody's declaring neutrality, which is not surprising. And our forces will be arriving eventually. Central American mass immigration. Okay, cool. And we're actually winning that battle. So how's it going to go down here, though, is the question. We're not actually making any progress advancing here because we're actually fighting. And we're winning that. Okay, beautiful. So we're not making any extra demands here. If I felt like we could get away with it with our infamy, then that would be great. But as it is, we're going to hold off on that. I see the Radical Ionian diplomatic play. They're trying this yet again. This is like the 4th time in the last like couple of years, but whatever. So we obviously need to chill a bit here. After taking this territory, we just want to get our hands on the opium, right? That's most of what we want. So that's absolutely okay. We'll push our way through here. 10 days until our forces arrive here. The Russians aren't interested in attacking into this line, and I'm not interested in attacking the Russians either, to be honest. So this is absolutely fine. No problem whatsoever here. We're starting to push in, and we'll have this all taken over pretty easily. I'm not too concerned about this. We'll occupy Persia. I really wish we were actually going to take over Persia, but unfortunately we just don't have the infamy headroom. It's sad, but, I mean, when we're already a 110 pariah, we gotta chill. If everybody were to band together and attack us, we would have problems. We could probably win, but we would have problems. Interesting that this national militia is just kind of hovering at 94 support right now. It's very, very high support. But it's almost entirely from these 3 agitators. French Republic sided with the radical Ionian Islands. Okay, that's intriguing. I didn't expect that to happen. Very interesting indeed. We could offer Canada an obligation to come help, which seems fine. Of course, we can also recruit an additional general in the England HQ this time, and we can promote this guy up. We have lots of room to continue to expand our military here. So this guy is going to head out and man this front. And then I'm going to recruit an additional general in the, I think, Congo HQ. Actually, I'm going to go Zanjigan. I know we only got 22 last time. It was weird. So that's 40, 60, 80. Okay, this one's working fine. So we'll mobilize him, and we're going to come out to the Ionian front. Okay, I don't care about these fronts. It's all irrelevant to me. So that's okay. We're going to push through here. No real problem. Canada, of course, sides with us in that diplomatic play, so that'll be great. Prussia is leaning towards the radical Ionian Islands. This is unsurprising. And now we've got this revolution for national militia. Okay. Well, 64 states would secede. Well, that sucks. And it's all because it's just because of these 3 agitators, and there's not really anything we can do about them, which is very sad. Like, we have no way to interact with them and deal with them at all. Very strange. Very strange. Well, anyway, we're going to proceed forward here. And this revolution will continue to tick forward. It can only go up to 50 right now. Their radicalism isn't actually that high. But it will eventually cause a problem. We're, of course, going to have to wrap up these wars. When are these guys actually going to arrive? Hopefully soon. No, they just couldn't be bothered to show up. Okay, so in that case, we have a unit that's over here. We're going to have to launch a naval invasion. So we're going to do a naval invasion of Ionian Islands, and we're going to do that with... Who is that? Arthur Steele. Okay, so we're going to... Oh, we lost an admiral at some point. Okay. We'll get this guy going here. I want to promote him on up to actually have 100 ships. There we go. Naval invasion out over here with Arthur Steele. Okay. So we'll get that launched. And this is going to be mildly problematic for us because we didn't get troops out here in time. But we are going to continue to press through the French territory over this way. And over here in the Sikh Empire, that's definitely going to... Well, this front will clean up. I'm not too concerned about it. We'll need to wrap up this war eventually. But that should be fine. Afghanistan is really tanking in the war support, but we can't currently conquer, or we don't currently have anything in eastern Afghanistan, so we can't bring them below 0. But we'll get there. We will definitely get there. The mob approaches. Actually, we'll order the troops to stand down. Sadly, that brought the revolution up instead of down. I was hoping to get some more loyalists out of it, but nope. Okay, so we've got Wellwood Pease over here. He's about to finish up in Africa. The French never provided any opposition there. So I'm going to have him come down over this way now and head over to this front. So that'll be fine. Gold depleted in Guyana, sure. That is very sad, but whatever. And of course, we're going to continue to press through over here. Russia is currently attacking us on this front. This is broken out into a bunch of different fronts, which is very unfortunate. And it's also unfortunate that Russia managed to get there. I'm sad about that, but whatever. It's fine. Okay, so where's that Ionian island at in terms of its naval invasion? Have we succeeded this? I think this is occupied by us right now. It's kind of hard to tell, though. But I'm pretty sure that we have occupied that. Beautiful. Overly enthusiastic partisans, huh? We'll crack down on Communist Party activities for now. How's this election doing? Communist Party is going to win. Okay. Paraguay now owes us an obligation. Cool. Okay, we're going to need to solve this situation up over here. We need to move a unit here. So we'll be there in 12 days. That's fine. We're still working on pushing through Persia. And this is all okay for the moment. Keep in mind that we have not raised up our conscripts at this point. So this is absolutely fine. I'm not concerned about this at all. Macron just capitulated, which of course means that we can move this unit over to this front here. Magnificent. That frees us up. The Brewers feud, huh? 5 political movement radicalism is not what we want. So we're going to trigger an event here. And we'll see what that does. The rising of the women, huh? Dependent enfranchisement and momentum to the Communist Party. Yeah, do it. Honestly, we'd like to... Okay, here's the Brewers stand. 50% chance of it working. And a 50% chance of it backfiring, basically. Well, these are our best odds, and it worked. Magnificent. So that's great. We're going to continue to press through over here. We're now seeing advantages on every front. There's a battle over here that we're easily winning. Naval battle. And of course, we can't reduce Afghanistan below 0 yet because we don't occupy eastern Afghanistan. We're getting close to occupying eastern Afghanistan, though. So that's great. The Ionian liberal revolt is going to be capitulating very soon. So that'll get us out of war with France, which is important, because then we don't have to deal with things like this. Socialist intervention, huh? Additional Communist Party momentum. Sure. Unfortunately, I think it would be the trade unions that are behind the national militia. Are they considered part of the Communist Party at this moment? We need to check that. We just have the intelligentsia right now. This would actually not get us any additional radicalism. Okay. We do that, and that actually ends that rebellion. Cool. So they leave the national militia just off of that one. I like it. 20% assimilation sounds good. We'll definitely take that. Additional fronts opening up down over here is problematic for us. We should end up moving one of these forces, like, over here. There's a lot of fronts over here. We'd like to get the Persia situation finished up. That would be ideal. Arthur Steele is not doing anything. We should get him moved down over this way, for sure. We need to hold this front. Getting Persia cleaned up would be a big deal for us. Of course, we can always raise up an additional general, right? Yes, we can. So let's raise an additional general in the Zanj HQ. And we'll promote him right on up to control 100 units. Actually, 84 units is what he gets. And we're going to mobilize him, and we're going to send him out over to here. Additional forces out in this direction is fine. We can always do that. Disappearing interest in the Caucasus. Okay, whatever. So that's all reasonably fine. We can continue to expand our military without touching our conscripts, and I'm perfectly happy to do that. These ports are still being worked on, or somewhat being worked on. I'm not sure how much they're actually being worked on. And it is time to put a cut in here, but we just got our election done. We're actually a legitimate government now, and this is the best government we're going to get. So that looks good, and the Ionian Liberal Revolt just capitulated. I'm not sure what that second thing that popped up there was. Oh, it must be this oil. Okay, that's fine. There was something that popped up just as I clicked on the dismiss for the Ionian Political Revolt. But I would really like to get this war under control this episode. Unfortunately, that really does happen. Actually, Persia just left the war. That's interesting. And this revolution respawned. Okay, noted on that one. So with Persia leaving the war, that is a pretty big deal. And that means that this is going to be a much simpler war from here on out. We're not fighting on nearly as many fronts, so that's great. It is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, oh, it's the rural folk that are behind this now? Not the trade unions. They only have 3% power. Okay, well, they can have fun with that. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Shadow Wolf, Andy McGar, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12 UK, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.